11, local first.
This blue-eyed beauty is competing in the Westminster Dog Show next week. I'm Samantha Crawford, and I'll share her journey with you.
Public Works crews across the area are preparing for tonight's big winter storm. I'm Brendan Leslie, and I'll give you all the details coming up.
But we begin the night with a telephone scam targeting businesses around the area. Good evening, I'm John Buffone. A phone scam has been harassing local businesses in Spring Township and is falsely threatening to turn off their electricity. Several businesses have reported receiving calls from someone acting as a PPL representative that instructs them to load a money pack card or else their electric would be shut off due to delinquent payments. Authorities are urging customers to directly contact PPL if they have any questions about their account, and the PPL website is also providing a phone number to report scams. A Manheim man is facing serious charges after fleeing the scene of a crash last week in Raffo Township. According to reports, 56-year-old Bruce Stone was stopped a short time after the February 2nd crash on Mount Joy and Brunneman Roads. During the stop, officers noticed car damage and the odor of alcohol. When asked about the crash, Stone told police he, quote, panicked. He is being charged with aggravated assault by vehicle, accidents involving death or personal injury, and DUI. He's being held at the Lancaster County Prison on $150,000 bail. A passenger in the other vehicle was taken to LGH with a leg injury. Well, medicinal marijuana was legalized in Pennsylvania last spring, and one of the southeast dispensaries could be coming to Warwick Township. Local farmer Andrew Buckwalter and attorney Mark Sofolis notified the township at their supervisors meeting on February 1st that they intended on filing an application with the state to become a dispensary. The supervisors did not approve or oppose the process and said they would treat the situation like any other project. Other than details such as zoning, the supervisors have no control on whether or not a dispensary is established in the township. Well, the whole county is bracing itself for what could be a nasty winter storm tonight. PennDOT and Public Works put on a lot of preparation into being ready for any amount of snowfall. News 11's Brendan Leslie joins us in Ephrata with more.
John, if you were outside at all today and then I told you there was going to be a winter storm tonight, you would have thought I was crazy. But surely enough, the temperatures will be dropping drastically within the coming hours and snow will fall throughout the night. Earlier today, I met with Public Works crews to see how they're preparing for this winter storm. A large cold front is expected to sweep the area overnight, and with it bringing lots of snow. And that has the folks at PennDOT worried.
I am a little concerned about the conditions tomorrow morning. We're looking, what we're hearing right now in terms of forecast is snowfall rates of between 1 to 2 inches an hour.
And with snow falling that quickly and dragged out over a few hours, that could cause for some messy conditions.
Our trucks are going to take a little longer to get around their cycles. They're not going to be everywhere at once, and with those kind of rates, we're not going to be able to keep up.
Municipalities across Lancaster County have stockpiled salt. Liddittsboro received an extra 100 tons last week and spent all day prepping the trucks. Public Works crews are ready to go.
And they know to get to bed early usually on nights like this coming ahead, so if need be, they'll be ready to go all night and all day tomorrow.
Even though it's been relatively warm as of late, don't let that fool you into thinking the conditions will be okay tomorrow.
And so there is a concern that people will think, well, the ground's warm, stuff will melt as soon as it comes down. With those types of snowfall rates, the snow will stick pretty rapidly. And also with those types of snowfall rates, visibility is going to be low. The brunt of this storm is expected to hit tomorrow morning during rush hour, so allow yourself plenty of extra time to get to work. Reporting in Ephrata, Brendan Leslie, News 11.
Well, as Brendan said, the snow is coming, but how much can we really expect? Meteorologist Dave Allen has our first look at the forecast.
First Look Weather is brought to you by the 2-week midwinter sale, January 30th through February 11th at Weaver Markets in Adamstown and Reinholds. Specials can be seen at weavermarkets.com.
Well, John, it's looking like more snow than what was forecasted earlier today and yesterday. Models are coming in, and it's looking like northern Lancaster County could be on the higher end of the totals of that 4 to 8 and may exceed 10 inches in parts. I'll have more details on that and the drifting that's possible at the end of this event, all coming up in just a few. John.
Thanks, Dave. A lot of people can say their dog is a member of the family or their best friend, but not everyone can say their furry friend is going to compete in one of the biggest dog shows in the world. Karen Mull and her dog Sky are getting ready to head to New York City for the Westminster Dog Show. News 11's Samantha Crawford has the story.
Now, her blue eyes might be the first thing you notice, but Sky here is way more than just looks. She's actually competing in the Westminster Dog Show next week.
we're like the little fish in the big pond. You know, I mean, I handle her, I show her, I've trained her, I've raised her. Most people, when they go to Westminster, hire a professional handler.
Sky has won a series of other dog shows in the country, qualifying her to head to the Big Apple for this world-renowned dog show. It's easy to say she's learned a lot before getting to this point.
How to move with the dog, how to make the dog stand appropriately to be gone over by the judge. Because a lot of puppies, of course, you know, they don't want someone feeling them and looking at their teeth. And you have to get them over all of that.
Sky will be judged on her posture, appearance, and body structure, but she'll also be judged on her relationship with her owner, Karen Mall.
How they look is in their face is very important. They have to show that the judge wants to see that intelligence of a border collie, because they're supposed to be the most intelligent dog in the world.
Sky's resume might be very impressive, but at the end of the day, Sky and her siblings are members of the family who just so happen to love running on their own treadmill and indulging here and there.
Her favorite food is cheese, right, Sky? And black raspberry ice cream. She loves black raspberry ice cream.
Keep an eye out for Sky when you watch the big show next Monday and Tuesday. News 11 will be rooting her on. In Lidditz, I'm Samantha Crawford.
Well, stay tuned to the Evening Report. More local news is coming up after the break.
Ephrata School District leaders got to experience a day in the life of a few lucky students. I'm Holly Herron. I'll tell you what they learned today.
Plus, a local brewery is celebrating a big milestone this weekend. We have the details. And later in sports, Brian Cass will set the stage for postseason basketball play and explain how the weather might throw a wrench into some things. Gotta tease it. Ephrata Area School District leaders got to experience a day in the life of a few students today. News 11's Holly Harrer stopped by Ephrata Intermediate School to see how they were keeping up.
The Shadow a Student Challenge is a national initiative that allows administrators to rethink the student experience by being a student for a day. It's part of School Retool, a project Superintendent Dr. Brian Troop has been working with.
We make a lot of decisions and develop a lot of programs aimed at engaging students and making school relevant. So this is one way for us to kind of calibrate our view and know what school's like today for the kids that we serve today.
District leaders hopped around from class to class, participated in class discussion, and even dove in on some of the assignments.
What we do in social studies and when we use computers and our iPads that we have.
Is he keeping up pretty well? Mm-hmm. Matthias Swigert was shadowed by Principal Deemer, and while it's typical for administrators to sit in on classes and assess the teachers, today was all about gaining insight on the students. But I was curious to see if they were able to keep up.
I was just in a classroom where they're doing research and they're doing it all online. I remember at that age it was all in books.
Principal Kevin Deemer says students are learning in ways much different than he did when he was a kid. With technology constantly advancing the student experience, he says it's important to stay engaged.
In the math class, I was asking questions because, yeah, it's different. They're learning in a different way.
Shadow a Student Day is meant for district leaders to spend time away from their desks to spend time at ones a little smaller. It's one day out of the year they say they're most proud of.
I'm just proud to be a part of a county that has administrators so interested in looking at the school experience through the student lens.
Yeah, I think it's really good for us to put down the work, forget about things that we normally worry about, and just sit in classrooms and not focus in so much on what the teachers are doing and their techniques, but what the students are doing, and really just be a student for a day, and it's fun.
More than 11 area districts and 70 local education leaders are now joining the initiative. In Ephrata, Holly Harrer, News 11.
Well, the St. Boniface Brewing Company is celebrating 6 years of serving up some of the best brews and grub in Ephrata. This Saturday, St. Boniface invites you to celebrate their milestone. They'll be selling over 1,000 bottles of their Hegemony Anniversary Reserve, as well as customized glasses to take home. Owner Dane Sheary says the past 6 years have been nothing short of amazing. St. Boniface will be having their anniversary party from 11 a.m. until 9 on Saturday. Well, Dave Allen will be back after the break with his complete weather forecast. And still ahead, a group of astronomy enthusiasts are gearing up for a big event. Plus, here are tonight's lottery numbers. I clearly forgot to take the last plus out because I wasn't supposed to say that. Well.
Be out kind of throughout the night, and then our sunset.
Quite the deceiving day.
News 11 weather, local first.
Quite the deceiving day today across Lancaster County. We had very warm temperatures. It's hard to believe that a winter storm is right on our doorstep. Let's check out where our videographer was today. Chris Blows takes us to Winter's Leadership Memorial Park, and he captured this great day. The sun was still shining towards sunset, but clouds are on the move. We do have precipitation moving in the form of light showers, and we're going to continue to see the rain through the evening hours. In fact, it's not going to turn to snow until the wee hours of the morning. And then that's when things will be going downhill very quickly. Let's look at where we are right now. 47 degrees, plenty of cloud cover out there. Winds north-northeast at 3 miles per hour. Humidity 68% and a dew point 37 degrees. Across the area, Effort are the warm spots, still at 50 degrees. But elsewhere, though, we are in the upper 40s, and these temperatures are dropping very, very quickly down into the 30s. And 32 is the magic number. That's the freezing mark. And once we hit that, that's when things will change over to a wintry mix and then quickly turn to snow. So if you have any driving to do late tonight, especially in the very early hours of the morning, expect rapidly deteriorating conditions. And we do have the rain moving in, scattered showers throughout the night. It'll start to pick up in intensity as we head through the midnight hour into the early morning hours. And like I said, it will quickly change to snow. We do have the storm right here, and once it gets to the coast, this low pressure here, that's nothing yet. Once it gets to the coast, we are looking at it exploding into a massive nor'easter with northwesterly winds tomorrow, gusting up to perhaps 30 miles per hour. And once all is said and done and it moves away, we are looking at some drifting as well. So our wake up weather, 28 to 32, heavy snowfall, 1 to 2 inches per hour. It would not surprise me one bit to see some thunder snow out there. So make sure you listen for that thunder when you have a heavy band come through. And our highs tomorrow, it is going to be cold with that northwest wind. It's all classic signs of a major coastal storm. I hope everybody gets out and enjoys it. Home though, and enjoy the snow. Don't go out in this weather. Our highs tomorrow, look at this. We're looking at cold air invading the eastern half of the United States, and it's going to continue to stay cold through the end of the week. And our clouds and radar, here's the storm. It is starting to pick up steam, and you can see some thunderstorms developing just to the east in Virginia, further north towards the Mason-Dixon line. This is the problem area. We could see that rain quickly change over to snow earlier than anticipated, it looks like. We're just going to have to keep our eye on that. And regardless, when you wake up tomorrow, it's going to be snowing. And this is what it's looking like right now. We did have the 4 to 8 inch range across the entire county, but as of earlier this evening, we're looking at 6 to 12 likely for northern Lancaster County. So it's definitely a snowblower worthy event, and I hope you guys filled up your gas cans because it may need 2 rounds of the snowblower to clean your driveways off. So for tonight, 37 to 32, all snow by 3 a.m., maybe a little bit earlier. Tomorrow, 29 to 33, heavy snowfall. Here we go with the 7-day. Yes, once it clears up Thursday afternoon, that's not the end of it. We still have to deal with the wraparound winds of this storm, and they will be howling out of the north to northwest, and it's not going to be a pleasant day. We're looking at temperatures quickly dropping into the teens, and by Friday, no different. It is going to be freezing. So things rebound by the weekend. We're looking at some rainfall. So at least Old Man Winter is back, though, right, John?
Sounds like some wicked weather coming our way, Dave. Thanks. The astronomy enthusiasts of Lancaster County met at the Lititz Library tonight. In addition to talking about what's going on in the sky, they also promoted their upcoming planetarium show. Club President Dave Farina, who is also a teacher at Manheim Township High School, said the show is unique in many ways. The show will take place on March 16th at the Manheim Township Planetarium. Well, speaking of stars, Brian Cass is here.
That's the kind of segue I like. Welcome to the desk, by the way.
Well, thank you very much. And it seems like the weather might play a little bit of a factor in the postseason of basketball.
Yeah, it's going to create some havoc tomorrow. We've got lots of playoff basketball to talk about. Stop by Manheim Central boys practice today. You'll hear from them as they prepare for their tiebreaker game tomorrow. It'll decide the Section 2 title. They're taking on Lampeter Strasburg, those defending champions of Section 2. Hear from the Barons about the tough matchup straight ahead in sports. Stick around. It is the calm before the storm, literally. Manheim Central Barons boys hoops team had a day to prepare for a one-game tiebreaker for the Section 2 title. Their opponent, Lamb Peter Strasburg, the defending Section 2 champions. Barons snapped a two-game losing streak with their win against Ephrata last night. Prior to LS winning the section title last season, Manheim Central had won the last two, so these have been the powerhouse teams of the last few years. And as far as this season goes, Barons won the first meeting between these two teams by 3 points, but then lost the second meeting by 9, letting that game slip away in the fourth quarter.
We were up 3 at the end of 3 quarters that second time, and we just did not execute in the fourth quarter. We didn't execute defensively, and we didn't execute offensively. And I just think if we clean up some of those things, we're just in store for a great game. We put ourselves in a good situation there in the fourth quarter.
It's a bully match. We each got each other once, and this is going to prove who wants the section more, and I'm excited for it. Just got to make shots, keep playing good defense, and just do our thing.
Our intensity was there last night, and we just have to bring that in tomorrow, and I think we should be pretty fine if we do that. We're excited, but we're just trying to get this win tomorrow, and we'll go from there.
We don't want to become a different team just because it's playoff now. We got to keep getting better.
We kind of want this to be kind of a snowball effect on just trying to build momentum into this playoff month.
All right, and remember, we will be doing this game live on BRC11 whenever it's played. It gets sort of complicated. The game's scheduled for Thursday night, 7 p.m. at Hempfield High. But if tomorrow's snowstorm should cause a cancellation, they will play on Friday instead. And yes, we will still air the game live. But what about our other local boys team still alive, the Ephrata Mounts? They now must play an LL League playoff play-in game against Columbia from Section 3. This game set for Friday night, 6 p.m. at Conestoga Valley High. Winner is into the LL bracket. Loser has to wait for districts to start. But here's the thing, we'll broadcast this game live as well if, and only if, Manheim's game is not canceled on Thursday. Got all that? Good. But let's also talk some girls hoops. Cocalico ladies, just like the Ephrata boys, must now head into a play-in game. Their opponent, Section 3's Lebanon Catholics, game scheduled for Thursday night, 6 p.m. at Warwick High. Again, weather permitting. But on to college hoops, Franklin and Marshall men have had sort of an up-and-down season, but they've played well in the last week. Brandon Federici winning Centennial Conference Player of the Week awards after tying his career high with 34 points in a win at Muhlenberg. Diplomats cannot defend home court tonight, though, against Johns Hopkins. They take the loss 67-57. Federici scoring 17 to lead the Dips. They've now lost 2 of 3 games after winning 7 in a row throughout the month of January. And more college hoops in Millersville. Not a great result for the home team Marauders. They lose by 32 points to Bloomsburg, 90-58. Top scorers for the Ville, Jordan Green and Cornell Yard III, 16 points each. Millersville now drops to 7-15 on the season. And finally, just a reminder to go vote for our top 5 plays of the week. We have had a great response so far, 289 total votes cast already since Monday. Cassidy Michael and Laura Good of Manheim Central girls basketball currently in the lead with 48% of the total. Still plenty of time left to make your voice heard, though, so check out all the nominees over at our blog, news11sports.tv. Choose your favorite play, and we will announce the winner next Monday right here on News 11. And that will do it for sports. We'll be right back.
Well, Friday we kick off our 3rd annual Give the Gift of Love blood drive. For those of you who have never donated blood, we sat down with Corinne Ruggiero of the Red Cross, who explained the quick, simple, and easy process.
When a donor comes in, they'll come up to our registration desk and we'll get their information into our system. They'll be asked to read information if they have not already completed the Rapid Pass. And then they'll go into our health history booth where they answer questions about their health history and get a mini physical. So we're doing things such as checking their hemoglobin level with a finger stick. We're checking their blood pressure and their temperature, making sure it's safe for them to donate that day. Once they're done with that, they go into our donation unit and where they're on the bed about, I would say 10 minutes for the actual collection. From there, they go into what we call Cookie Land and have refreshments before they're out the door and back on their way.
The first blood drive is scheduled for Friday at Grace Point Ephrata Church of the Nazarene from 1 p.m. until 6. For more information or to sign up for an appointment, check out brctv11.com. If you can't donate on Friday, our second drive is February 20th at Lancaster Evangelical Free Church in Littis.
Have you signed up yet?
Not yet, but I am going to.
Right.
I have no phobia of needles.
We need some of your tiger blood
yes, right.
in the bank.
Might need it to get through the snow tonight or tomorrow morning.
Right. Well, tune in tomorrow. We'll tell you which games are canceled, if anything, if the snow's bad. So
how much is that going to mess the schedule?
It's going to be crazy.
Well, until next time, I'm John Buffone.
And I'm Brian Cass. Have a great night.